Man, what a great soundtrack for the final episode of Mercedes is a chapter.
Finally, we will be free.
And yeah, there are gonna be some spaces where I space out for a few minutes because it's been a long time since I played, and then I remembered, oh right, my capture card is a piece of shit. So I'm constantly looking at my computer while I'm recording.
Nice.
It seems that the Demon Lord has
you should just get an LGX. It's great.
If I had money.
That the forest
True.
near the area of destruction is deteriorating.
So I don't know if I told you this yet, Torpid, but Mercedes' story arc basically takes place about just before either the start of Gwendolyn's plot or just before she goes into like a time coma. Yeah, each of the storylines is not, you know, in sequence, so it's not like back to back as a progressing story. Each of them is a viewpoint of a grander storyline.
Alright.
The atmosphere around here has certainly gotten more spirited. Is there a war?
What cave have you been living? Oh wait, that's right, you're a puka, you live in caves.
Yeah, they just kind of do their own thing, actually. It's kind of funny how many health items there are and how fucking useless they are to you.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I find some use occasionally, but most of the time, nah. Heroic mode was not the smartest decision in retrospect.
No, but you gotta show off your skills and how good you are at game.
Yeah, I am best at game. I take no hits forever, cue to like a hypercut of 1 hour of me dying on every ranked fight.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't do something like a death fucking supercut.
That's because I actually don't die all that much. The only time I really die is either during anything with a time limit or boss fights. Like Mercedes is the place where I've died the most just because she doesn't get any fucking shield potions. So bosses are just agonizing with how long they are.
No, you just have to make all of them.
You can't even make them. I don't get the supplies ever.
No damn.
But I think it's time to sate our woes with some dessert.
Hell yeah. Also, man, this is the epilogue.
Welcome.
Mm-hmm. They call it the epilogue, but it's really just final chapter, chapter 7, what have you. Epilogue basically means, you know, it's not conclusion, but like aftermath, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
This is not an aftermath. This is the conclusion of her story.
But usually the whole point of epilogues is closure.
So okay, yeah, in that case, this would be technically an epilogue, but it doesn't really feel like it.
Because they usually take part after the main story proper.
Yeah.
After the story proper has ended, and then the epilogue is for closure. Chocolate fondant.
They call it chocolate fondant, but we know it's a lava brownie or whatever it's called.
A molten cake, yeah.
Yeah, I had once.
I wish I could have this much chocolate.
Oh god, if I had that much chocolate nowadays, I'd probably collapse in like a diabetic coma.
I wouldn't, but for stomach reasons, I haven't been able to have chocolate for months.
That sucks. Also, I do gotta say, that chocolate churro looks unfortunate.
You're saying it looks like a turd.
Yes.
Is what you're saying.
I was
you don't
trying
need to dance around it.
I was trying to be polite because I like this video game, but thank you.
You know I don't know how to be polite. It's a horrible problem, actually. Please help.
Alright, it's time for Mercedes' grand, you know, grand finale, her big scene for the big war.
Your Majesty, the troops have assembled. Her Majesty wishes to address us before we leave. Lend her your ears.
I know you have all been worried after the death of the previous queen. Thank you for following and believing in me. We fairies subsist on Phozons.
Now there's a lot of interesting plot things here in regards to Phozon and how it regards to life.
And we cannot
And while it's
survive
like, some important backstory stuff, but I just feel like Mercedes' speech here is a little,
He taints
I
the
don't know,
souls
it
of
feels
his
kinda-
brothers and
Ham-fisted.
is forced to violate
yeah.
our land.
I was gonna say hollow, but ham-fisted feels a lot better. Look, even the soldiers feel a little crestfallen over it.
But we need not fear. This is my mother's bow.
Yes, we know.
Infused with a new power, it shall shatter the Demon Lord's wicked eye. Those that have died here, the prayers of my mother, and those who
I
have
mean, I
returned
appreciate
their
that they're
names
trying to
will
show how
protect
far
us.
she's come as a leader and how much she's learned.
We will retake the
But it is a
cauldron,
little bit
and we'll
goofy.
show the
It
Demon
really
Lord that
doesn't
he
fit.
underestimated our resolve. May the land bless us. in
It's
the
not
name
that it
of
doesn't fit,
Mary.
it's more it feels like it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, because, what was it, last chapter she was still kinda, in that wishy-washy dimension of still trying to be a leader and still kind of like a rookie at all things, and then now she just fits the role like a T.
I am not my
Yeah,
mother.
see, like the previous chapter, it was her showing resolve and taking the reins.
My fear
But it's
overruns
not
my
that she showed
hatred.
leadership qualities, it's
When
that
I
she
think
showed
that the
resolve.
evil man
Yeah.
who
Where just
murdered
out of
my
nowhere
mother
she
is
gets that sort of,
nearby.
I guess you could call it charisma
My
that
heart
she
beats
just
so
didn't
fast
have to
within
begin
my
with.
chest.
Yeah.
But it has begun. My battle is raging.
My battle rages on.
My battle rage is on, and my battle rage is on. No one's gonna get that reference except for Iron Shitlin, and he's not here right now.
my green is Odin sphere.
But yeah, final chapter, and I don't have fucking potions for the life of me. Oh,
You do seem to have been pretty fucking resource starved, much of it. Especially the
Also-
past couple chapters.
also, I think you're gonna like this because I haven't played in a good 2 weeks, so I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
The answer is eating shit.
Yep.
You know, that's kind of a problem.
What?
Just not playing for 2 whole weeks in this high difficulty mode.
Yeah. Like, I get into the reins, like, relatively quickly, but it's just... I do, like, 1 or 2 recordings each session, because I'm so deathly afraid that either my capture card is going to explode and fill my face with shrapnel, or it's gonna melt a hole through my floor.
And you could do your recordings over the course of a week.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
true. But I try to do that and then I just forget the next day because I get my hands on cool little addictive games like Wasted and then just forget. Pro tip, Pro tip, this episode is going up, June 5th? I recorded it June 3rd. We're commentating it. Oh no, it's coming up on the 6th. We're recording commentary on the 5th. I played this at, like midnight on the 5th. Also, I feel really bad because due to the last chapter, I maxed out my bow, and it now has, gross stats attack-wise. So, a lot of the combat encounters are just gonna be dreadfully boring. There's nothing interesting about them.
The hardest part is getting the chain.
And it also doesn't help that Mercedes' gameplay is so just uninteresting.
Yeah. I mean, though your addiction to Wasted, I can relate. I've been horribly addicted to Breath of the Wild and it's slowly consuming me.
Well, that's because Breath of the Wild is a fairly well-designed game with a lot of interesting mechanics and good attention to detail. Wasted, I've just wanted something fast to play for like the past month.
Also, Wang, you say that, but you've also seen how I play.
I don't see what the problem is. There's no wrong to play Breath of the Wild. Welcome to the Breath of the Wild episode of Odin Sphere.
All I'm saying is I play like an idiot.
Queen Mercedes, we are winning the battle.
Are we? Wait, what?
The Aesir are fleeing, and their command is in disarray.
This just feels out of nowhere? What?
Yeah, that's one of the new lines recorded for the Leaf Jazeer
Materials you requested
update.
have arrived, Your
This one's
Majesty.
especially bad. This is great.
Your Majesty, why not look at my wares?
Hi, I delivered the supplies. You want to buy them? But yeah, they recorded a couple new lines for Leaf Drazier because of the new, like, hub points where you rest and get shit. They're kind of half and half. Sometimes they're good, sometimes you get this special boy.
Or the lady saying, "We're winning the fight! Yeah!"
Yeah, that one was funny. When I heard that during recording, I was like, that's weird. Why are you so excited?
Saying that she was excited just felt weird and out of nowhere. And unnecessary.
I am trying to demonstrate a skill here that I haven't done yet, but I gotta, you know, get within a safe spot. I think I was trying to demonstrate unlimited ammo here, but I don't remember when I do that. But yeah, unlimited ammo doesn't really need demonstrating. You just get, you just don't have to worry about your POW gauge for a spell. There you go.
That's pretty nice, actually.
The thing is, though, with Mercedes, you kind of don't want to mash it out because of shit like this where only one person takes the damage, and then the mob comes in.
But
You want to wait.
You can laser forever.
I don't know if it affects skills. I think it just affects your basic shot. Now here's an interesting thing. We got Speed Belt +2. One of the things it does, it gives you 10 dex. Dexterity, I believe, increases your chance for crit. But the thing is, when you crit, there's a very fancy animation for it that Gwendolyn and Cornelius had. Mercedes doesn't have that. I don't know if Mercedes could crit.
I mean, she probably can because of how she does it. I don't think you'd ever see it.
I honestly
Yeah,
think her crit was replaced with like the stall shot where you wait for a second and get a better first shot. Yes, yes, get kicked. I think this fight I had trouble doing because I kept fucking around. Like, one of the big issues, I had to redo this fight 3 times just because a Valkyrie would jump in the air and I wasn't paying attention and then they just stabbed me in the face. Now this easy fight, which I had to do 3 times, gives you her ultimate skill.
Finally!
We got Brionac. It's another famous weapon that I can't quite remember. I'm probably gonna Google it in like a hot second. But honestly, out of all the full screen ultimate attacks, this is probably the worst one, and I will go into detail in it the next fight, because that's where it's actually important. So let's see, while we're in this transition frame, Brionac.
I'm already looking it up, fucker.
See if I could get it. Brionac, Dragon of the Ice Bear. Oh, that's a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yeah, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh card!
Why is that my top list? I don't see
I'm also getting the magical go lyrical know-how wiki.
I know Brionac is a thing, but I'm not getting any results. That's so weird. We also got a recipe for Elixir, but it's a bad recipe. Or no, we got Consomme. Consomme is pretty good, but isn't that just like soup broth?
Maybe? I'm not sure.
Like, I remember discussing that when I first played Odin Sphere and I was talking about Consomme, and somebody was like, dude, that's just like beef broth, dude. But yeah, right now I'm kind of exploring my options because even though my bow is super overpowered, I'm under-leveled, which actually has relevance in terms of overall attack damage. Which is weird because your weapon determines attack damage, but also so does your stats. So, this boss, I am ashamed to say I had to retry 10 times. Not because he's hard, because the fight boils down to this, and I just get so bored I don't pay attention. Because, like, this was a boss that was designed for the original game. All his moves are basically designed for a more slow-paced beat-em-up with melee characters, and, less mobility. Now, they did update some of his moves to where he's faster and does more mobile things, but with Mercedes the way she is now, she just makes fights super dull, and unfortunately this is one of those fights. Now if he eventually gets off his summon skill, we can show off Brionac. Here we go.
Oh shit.
So Brionac is a screen clear, however it has one very distinct problem. It's on a delay. So
Okay,
if you,
so Brionac is the spear of a god in Irish myth called Lug.
oh, I
His
see.
son is Cuchulainn.
Oh, interesting. I only remember Cuchulainn from the Persona games, because I'm terrible. But yeah, the big issue with Brionac is that it's not a screen clear per se. It's locked to the position of your screen where you fired it, and it's on a delay. So if you fire it off hoping to get out of jail free, it takes a second to appear. So it's not that great a skill because it's not going to hit all enemies, and if you're trying to use it to not get hit, you're most likely going to get hit.
It's quite literally a screen clear. It's not the map clear, just the screen.
Well, here's the thing. Cornelius, Gwendolyn, and Oswald's abilities are actual map clears. Because not only do they do them instantly, but they also do everyone. So for whatever reason, Mercedes is kind of shit.
I'm glad you gave me the shittiest character, you fucking monster.
I know. I needed someone to share my bile. I forgot about Hunter Shot.
It took some effort to find Brionac. I ended up having to look on Wikipedia and just like this list of weapons in mythology.
Yeah, because I put in Brionac mythology and I got Lug. I'm like, wait, that's not right.
It is Lug. Actually, that's the person who owned it.
Yeah, my first thought was that's not right, but apparently that is correct.
Brionac was his spear, but yeah.
Yeah.
Irish mythology is a magical thing.
Mm-hmm. You know what was magical? That boss fight, because we'll be seeing it again. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention one thing specific to that boss fight. When he does the summon skill, he summons 2 dwarves alongside 2 Valkyries. If you use Brionac during that fight, and it hits the dwarves, they get popped into the air, then do their revenge bombs. So it's a very high chance of, getting one shot on heroic mode. I say that because that was half of my retries on that fight.
That's...
It is very dumb, I agree. It is a consequence of heroic mode, but that doesn't really make it great.
It doesn't make it okay, yeah.
Like, Mercedes has been a shining example that this game was not designed for heroic mode.
I would say, heroic mode definitely feels like an afterthought.
Yeah. They're like, we need a hard mode. Oh, how about a no HP mode? Nailed it. The worst part...
go on.
I was just gonna say, the worst part is that in Muramasa it's even worse because in Muramasa it's 1 HP mode.
Yeah, I've never really been a fan of number inflation or deflation as a difficulty mode. Or
I like
at least strictly those, without giving you the means to compensate.
Yeah. I'm okay with it in this game just because it's a lot more forgiving. Like, you have the means to accommodate the no-hit mode. But then there are circumstances like the shmup last level which make it... bleh.
Yeah.
Apple pie.
As you wish.
The problem was, it was a shmup in a game not built for shmups.
Enjoy
And then you're in a mode with no real room for error, which is bad in a poorly built shmup.
Yeah. As I mentioned before, the little orb on Mercedes' chest should have been the hitbox for all the shmup segments. Which is weird because they use bullet patterns in the 2 shmup segments, so you'd think they'd be aware of that.
Leave it to me.
Oh well.
I mean, the hitbox thing is
Enjoy your meal.
a not uncommon problem.
Huh.
Is there a...
Particularly
yeah.
with like a lot of older shmups.
I await your...
I think the big issue with this is that for Leaf Zero, they wanted to, you know, get their vision, and they were thinking about, you know, the general game, like normal people. Normal people play on normal mode, and in that mode, the shmup modes are fine. They're fun. I have really enjoyed them on normal mode. But then they were just like, oh right, heroic mode. Well, who's gonna playtest that shit?
Ow, ow.
Yeah, fighting dwarves is hilarious because it's just sound pollution. Have we, Oh no, we haven't fought that boss yet. Oh man.
Oh damn. You got fucked up.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that S rank legit, don't worry, but I remembered we haven't seen a specific mid-boss yet. And I remember why. I almost got stabbed in the face. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, there's an accessory that I should be using, but I completely spaced out and forgot. I have something called a Vampiric Ring +2, which, gets me HP back, which doesn't really fucking matter in Mercedes' case, but also, it gives me damage taken and given 15% up. So I basically make one of my accessories doubled up if I knew I had it. But I don't realize it until after I do the shmup segment in this level. Fuck you, onion.
That was really rude. I hope you understand this.
Look, throughout these recordings, that little bastard and his friends have been reasons I've lost some of my shields. And it frustrates me.
Maybe you just shouldn't suck.
That's a tall order you're giving me there.
I like that one chest that will forever haunt you.
We'll get to it eventually. I don't know what the fuck to upgrade here because my logic has always been get Cypher up first, and in a regular story, this would be about the time you master it. But we've had complications, so I don't know what to do here. Also, this is a skill I've never really seen work. It's called Reinforcement. It enhances the additional effects of equipment. Now, when they say additional equipment, when you get stuff like +1 or +2 accessories, they typically have stuff. Like, notice how Mars Bangle has the damage taken and given effect. Reinforcement should augment that, but I haven't noticed it doing that.
That's really obnoxious, actually.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm just not paying enough attention. But yeah, here comes the shmup level.
Oh boy. Unavailable!
Yeah, where's the minimap? You dick! So, I'm gonna be a huge scumbag here and save the shmup for the end of the video. I say end of the video, I mean pre-boss. Cause, it is nice that even if you fail the shmup, you could still progress. Especially in heroic mode, where if you couldn't do that, it would be a stopgap.
I'm in this.
Shut up, Goblin, what do you have? Nothing for potions. Notice how you sell Cyclone, so I would need a turnip in order to get, shield potions. However, I seem to be conspicuously missing turnips.
Yeah, and whose fault is that, hmm?
I don't know.
It's what you get for playing it fast and loose with shield potions.
Yeah. I had like, what, 4 or 5 in the Fire Realm, but then I just, you know, blindly wasted them all on the shmup level.
Yep.
That was great. Man, I keep saying it, but it's just... Playing Mercedes is just such a drag, and I've seen so many people say, yeah, Odin Sphere is great, but then I get the Mercedes and I just stop because it gets boring. And it's just, I really wish, you know, it stuck with the actual gameplay because Gwendolyn and Cornelius are fun, and then you just mash X forever and can't do sick combos, and it feels awful. Though I will say I do like this new environment for the game. This was not in the original game, and it looks really cool.
Oh?
Yeah. This is a bunch of the Vanir's weaponry, like machine weaponry, and it's just been reduced to slag during the war. At least I think it's it's either the Vanir's weaponry or or remains of the Valentine kingdom.
Right, it's the Valentine Kingdom, that thing that was briefly touched upon in the storyline.
It gets very casually touched upon. All we know is that Valentine got nuked over a magical artifact that now Odin and Mercedes are fighting over. And that magical artifact made King Valentine so evil that he became a gross skeleton and now plagues this world. Valentine's story gets addressed in Velvet's story, which is not now.
That's not till later!
Yeah, that's not till, one more character.
And that one's actually good.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Wang! I see where I stand!
No, it's not, that's not the case, I swear. Like,
sure.
Ah, damn it. LP curse!
Let's just take a second to appreciate Wang murdering all these people and getting an S rank. Like usual, it's really good. Nothing else is happening, nothing at all. It's fine.
Did my mic not mute?
It didn't mute!
God damn it. Well, nothing of importance was discussed. I'll be sure to mute that during editing. Crap. Yeah, another hot LP tip for you kids wanting to get into the business. Make sure you get a mic with a good mute button, because while I do enjoy this Audio-Technica mic I have, its mute button is hot garbage. It just doesn't work. So I'm brutally murdering these Valkyries that have nothing to do with the fight.
You're just a rude boy.
I'm a rude fairy, thank you.
Faye.
That too, whatever. Aesir.
You're a rude jerk.
Yes. When it boils down to it, I'm the rudest person.
I mean, not particularly, actually. Somehow there are people more rude than her.
But yeah, we got a key a while ago in the fight where I had to duck out for a bit, and that opens up this area full of pots.
The Dargan key.
Oh boy! Even the turnip is impressed by this.
That sounds pretty good, actually. I want it.
And then we shoot
This
it.
goddamn game is food porn, and it kills me inside.
Yeah, even a simple turnip looks delicious.
Oh no, I meant the fruit and nut.
Oh, I'm aware. I'm just making a point. They somehow managed to make something as innocuous as a turnip look wonderful.
Look, everything about this game is gorgeous, including the food.
And the next to last skill we get is actually not that great. I remember using it somewhere and thinking, wow, that's it? That sucks. Earth Roar is a spell that we can only use on the ground, and it basically makes kind of like a pulse wave outward around you. And you think...
Man, those two words are two words that should never apply to Mercedes.
Yeah. Because, you'd think, oh, it's a pulse ability. That means it's meant to knock people away from me, right? Also, here's a lunar side shot. I forgot I never demonstrated it.
Fuck, that's actually really good.
I don't know, I don't like it as much as the sliding shot just because the bullets only hit once as opposed to the potential to hit twice with slide shot. Ah, more turnips! Delicious. I will never eat you, but you are a good friend.
Just Mercedes spends her days on the throne surrounded by just various mandragoras.
Well, they're her soldiers.
Exactly! She just keeps them as pets.
Alright.
Some people keep guard dogs, she keeps guard mandragoras. It's fine.